Hey everybody, welcome to Wine Wednesday. So the question is, tonight, what are we drinking tonight? White or red? In our house, that's a real question. Some days it's one, some days it's the other. But an interesting observation after being in the wine business for a long time is that some wine drinkers look at the white to red process as a graduation process. I used to drink white wine, but now I drink red, and I only drink red now. I'm not going to criticize that point of view. I understand that some people go that way. But I will say it's okay to like both kinds. It's okay to like both wines. You have to go back to my episode 1, where I talked about my rule number 1 for drinking wine. Drink what you like, and if you like it, it's good. If it's not, cost, color, geography, they're all factors, but it all boils down to one thing. Do you like it? Now, any of you who've had wines with me, whether at a professional level or a drinking level, know that I don't like every single grape out there. There are certain wines that I really don't like very much. But being in the wine business, I keep on trying them. I keep on trying them every single week to either validate my earlier opinion or maybe even change my mind. Now, I can hear my friends and family snickering right now. Yeah, Bob's really going to change his mind. Yeah, well, I do sometimes. And, the wines do change, styles do change. I think a good example of that is that California Chardonnays have been changing a lot over the last few years. They used to be big and oaky, lots of malolactic fermentation, lots of creaminess in the wines, and they're getting a little cleaner now. I think they're spending a little more time in stainless steel and not so much time in those oak barrels. They're still oaky, but not as much. The other thing I'd like to talk about is food pairing with wine. It's a question that comes up all the time. What wine goes with this? What wine goes with that? And, it's a great question. And now you can always refer back to my rule number 1, drink what you like, because that's always okay. Just understand that sometimes that the wine and the food might not go together very well. But the way most people think about it is white wine with fish or chicken, red wine with red meat. And, that's okay. I mean, that's okay. It's a basic. It kind of gives you a blueprint for what may work and may not work. But I'd like to think of it in a little bit different way. Don't let the food overpower the wine, i.e., big Italian meal with garlic and oregano and basil with a lightweight Chardonnay. It'll absolutely roll it over. Or don't let the wine overpower the food. A big Napa Cab with a simple piece of broiled flounder. It'll just completely wipe it out. Think of things that go together, like an Oregon Pinot Gris with oysters or crab legs. Or, my favorite, a Napa Cab with prime rib or steak. I mean, it's a wonderful, wonderful match. And you're not going to always get it right, okay? You're not going to always get it right. Ask your wine professional at your local wine shop if you're having questions. Email me. That's okay too, wineshopbob@gmail.com. I'll be glad. If you have some questions, I'll be glad to answer them for you. So this week's wine of the week is a new one to me. It was just brought to me this past week, and I really, really enjoyed it. It is RouteStock Cabernet from Napa Valley. Now, RouteStock is, you see the Highway 29 sign here. For those of you who've been in Napa Valley, Highway 29 is the north-south route right through the central part of Napa Valley. You go by the who's who's of every winery in Napa Valley going up and down. They get their grapes from wineries up and down I-29, Highway 29 in Napa Valley. It's a beautiful little Cabernet, costs in your wine shops in the low 20s. This is the 2016 vintage, which we've already talked about in the past. The 2016 vintage in Napa Valley is absolutely outstanding. Would highly recommend this. So to finish up, don't drink a wine to make other people happy, okay? Don't suffer with something you don't like just to make somebody else happy. Drink a wine that makes you happy. Cheers. See you next week.